All right, still the program here this morning on ITV, and we're still looking at Cultism, the recent cult clash in Benin City, and of course, Youthful, Exuberance, a challenge of insecurity as we get along. Now we still have Mr. John Osazua here, who is a lecturer with University of Benin at the Department of Post Science and Public Administration. Now, Mr. John, we're now talking about that prowl to now. We have organizations such as the Rainbow. You know, they come into the whole scenario, try to tell these groups to calm down, all that. But most recently, it appears we are not having that. I don't know what your findings are.
Not within the past few years, it is true, simply because of certain groups decided to pull out from Rainbow, while others were promoting it. They now pulled out. And my immediate health challenges as a result of my clash with the military then actually slowed down the situation. But be that as it may, and the other groups who are actually patriotic in condemning such act, they are very much around. Recently, last Sunday, we decided to change. Our vision and mission has not changed.
Okay.
It has not changed. We lost one of our patrons, Chief Edu. So it was very painful. We are still in the morning mode. On Sunday, we decided to change our mode of operations. And I want to now relate with the community, simply because these people reside within the communities. They stay within a particular streets. So we want to engage the traditional institution, the religious institution, and immediate community operators or managers. So these are the people, after perpetrating this evil, they must surely come back. The people in the area know you, like you working in ITV, you know members of the staff who work here than visitors. So we want to actually align with this, and that is the new modus operandi that Rainbow will be taking. Then we're also reaching out to some of the very mature people who are there, who actually dislike, they hate what is happening, perpetrated by some members of their group. And we are reaching out to them to please help in intensifying, the reorientations of these members, or rather they just pull out. Then the constant change of the leadership of some of these groups, create a very big vacuum. After much orientations about how they should coexist peacefully, when there is a change in the administration, in the governmental hierarchy, or not governmental, in the authority hierarchy of this group, they come with their personal discretion in now administering what is there. Then egoism now comes in. Egoism comes in that if it must be remembered for one or two things, that is deviant things, then somebody get to go down, So that is what is happening. That has also militated Rainbow efficiency. Again, the constant redeployment of security officers who have been working alongside, with Rainbow. Rainbow's vision and mission are constantly redeployed outside the state. You have to now start all over again. Like the present Inspector General of Police, actually assisted Rainbow when a petition was written. And I said, sir, there is a paper, there is a full correspondence of Rainbow with you in the office, and you now call the PRO and they brought it. Somebody, commissioner, this President Commissioner Kukumo, and they saw it. And he said, wow, you mean there has been such a correspondence? So it is the attitude of the emerging leaders, some of the emerging leaders that are there.
That snowballs into what we're saying now.
Then you have propagandists who goes to the government has to propagate and try to collect money. But thank God to God, His Excellency, God does not open his ears, because if you are actually a disciplined and mature person, you wouldn't be coming and start telling me that this thing can be resolved. Which means if you say it can be resolved, you are part and parcel of those who must have initiated or is influencing the problem. So that is the situation. Now, Rainbow is back. We are back fully. We are not collaborating. We are collaborating with the community leaders, communicating with the media, we're going to communicate with the religious group. One of the ways we want to collaborate with the religious group is that we want to meet with PFM, CAN, for 2 Sundays, 2 complete Sundays, and the Islamic religion, preach on social vices, how it can be eradicated. Some people will hear. There are some parents who even encourage their children. Osaro, Emeka, see you just misbehave, see your mate, that you do nobody feel your presence, then it becomes an influencing, becomes a factor in influencing them to perpetrate this evil. Then some siblings too, they also assist. So we want to actually help, because the religious group and the media, they are agents of socialization.
Yeah.
We want to actually appeal to them for 2 weeks. Let them concentrate on preaching. Let them leave the other preaching. You can add other preaching, but concentrate on this, how to avoid and completely, discourage these social vices.
Okay.
For the traditional institution,
Yeah.
we're going to also liaise with them, because every area you have Okaidun, you have Ojenwore, there are people living in there. With the security, that we'll keep that one aside, because not everything of security you actually unveil. But let me tell you, through Rainbow, we were able to identify previously people who carried out this act, and they are picked. And let me also tell you, those of you that are listening, if you think the police is asleep or the security agencies are asleep, they are not asleep, they are articulating and aggregating. By the time they have been well motivated, well energized, by the time they come out, you will see a lot of address to this situation.
Beautiful.
That is for sure.
That's a very beautiful one.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
So, and groups like OPDA, led by Lucky Binovia, OPC, Third Phase Militant Group. Third Phase Militant Group, people say militant. They actually assisted Rainbow in reducing. There was a time with the scenario of kidnapping reduced in Edo State. We had to appeal to them. We traveled to Bayelsa. We traveled to Port Harcourt to meet with some of these, they call themselves general, it's now Field Marshal. There are some people who are not Field Marshal. To appeal to them to leave Edo State. To leave Edo State alone. They said Edo State, and they took the major crowd because they never shake them. I mean, please leave Edo State. Then that was then during Comrade Adams Ali Oshomole. I rode on a boat. For you to ride on a boat, in fact, it's just between life and death, because I fear the river so much, So, for the solution, please.
Now, before we talk about the solution, because for me, and perhaps for some viewers out there, they really want a situation whereby we don't even talk about cultism at all.
They are afraid.
Let us have a peaceful society.
Yes,
let us have a peaceful environment. Let's take our lives back to in the 80s, perhaps in the 70s, where the only organizations we had were groups in schools, Leeds Club, like the one you and I were part of those days in school and all that. Can't we have that kind of situation one more time?
No, the society is metamorphosing. The society is evolving.
Must it be caught?
And then when we say caught, there is more awareness on social relations. And there are several factors which have adduced on the media over the years.
Yeah.
For social security, you become members of this court. In other words, you have more. The only means in which the wards, the children from the poorer, household, liaise and link up with the children from the rich home, who actually bring most of these funds in funding the activities, is through cultism. In other words, children from the poor home have the mind, will be motivated, because they are eating eba, and the rich man's son or children comes and give them some of it. You see the difference. So it's a change of name.
So it's social inequality that we need to address.
Social inequalities. Okay. But Nigeria and African developing countries are prismatic society. They are developing countries. But you have the interface, the interference of the Western culture in our own culture. Yes, so that also affects. That's why I say we're going to work with the traditional institution, we're going to work with the religious institution for that collaboration. Yeah. But for the meantime, because let me tell you why I say for the meantime, why this must be urgently attended to. When some of these people that have been killed are going to be buried, there's going to be a revenge. There's going to be a revenge, a reoccurrence, a repeat of what has just happened. History has demonstrated over the years. Let me tell you.
But is the security aware of this now?
And they are aware.
Okay, and they are well prepared.
They are aware. You cannot actually prepare. You have to make them prepared. Like I told you, currently the security institutions is demoralized. And that is why I say one of the solutions is
but you also said that they are well prepared. So let's, when we say demoralized, we've gone past that stage now.
If you don't remotivate them, they will still remain like an amweba.
Yeah, but we know that is ongoing. The Edo State government is doing that, and of course the federal government is also doing that.
And I also want to use this medium to please appeal. One of them is that the government must urgently, liaise. Not the government alone cannot do it. You have the banks, you have some other corporate organization. To God be the glory, is still alive. The chief is Samuel Benin Kingdom. He donated and built police stations. Police stations over the years.
Yes.
They will be remembered for that.
Yeah.
So there are other individuals that can cooperate and do likewise, like what Weramoto of Benin Kingdom of Africa, Chief Esama, the great man from Benin Kingdom, has done. They should be able to build it. If you build, there is no police station in Ugbeku now. Is it every time you have to run to chief? Are there no other chiefs? Are there no other elites or socioeconomic oligarchs in the society? There are. The government should please try and reach out to these people. The banks, the corporate organization should reach out, because this particular period is a higher socioeconomic activities that are going to be generated. To this end, like the police station should be built, cars should be rebuilt. Then the government, where the government will motivate, one of the ways we motivate them, call not just the top officers, call the rank and file, officers, men, sit down, let us jolly. Are you getting it?
All right, one more time, solutions, quickly, solutions now.
Yeah. 2, the state government should urgently, pass into law the pending anti-court bill.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the police do not actually have a very strong law to hold them.
Yeah.
To hold them. So if they pass this into law, this will help in guiding, in conditioning them, in conditioning them that look, if they perpetrate it, nobody has the right to kill. It is only the government when the need arises. The recently created state police and local vigilante is a welcome development. Okay. But again, they must be equipped. Then the people, let me tell you, these groups, these court groups, if they want to tame and undermine and reduce these killings, this local vigilante, they can, because the population is more than that. But by the time you now add the traditional institutions and to them, there will now be more collaborations to that. Then other vigilante groups such as OPDA, led by Lucky Minovia, OPC and all the rest, they should also be encouraged. You have hunters in the villages. See how you can reach them. Let us have an inclusive policy of actually doing this. By the time you have this, it is not necessarily having vigilante. The woman selling corn at the junction can be an agent of information. Are you getting me? So it must be well articulated and aggregated. These are society. Security is not for government alone. Note that the criminal you hide today, by the time is so deprived, so humiliated, psychologically, economically, and socially, he will come after you when he sees you throwing, unfinished chicken outside your fence. You say, okay, this man get or this woman get. So that is it. All
right, thank you so much, Mr. John Osazua. Always, wonderful to have you on the program. Thank you very anytime, much. Any day. And a very big thank you for finding time to come, despite the very short notice that I gave to you. You found time to come. Thank you. A very big thank you. Well, we'll be talking with Mr. John Osazua, who is a lecturer with the Department of Post Science and Public Administration, University of Benin here, and the coordinator of Rainbow Consultative Forum in Edo State. A very big thank you for finding time to come. Well, that's the program today, this morning on ITV. Big thanks to my crew members here, my colleagues, Hilary Nusa, all there, and of course, Ogu Brown Usaige. We also have the big one there, Akpo Siri Akpo, also being part of the program for today. My name is Evan Sunohoge. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 19th day of November, Uyi Agbonfugbe is going to be here on the same program this morning on ITV. Until then, bye-bye and God bless you.
This is ITV. certainly the best.